Hi, good morning. Happy Tuesday. I cannot believe we are already into July. It is just blowing my mind. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend with your friends and your family, and you woke up today maybe ready to get back into whatever kind of routine you have. But I am Brittany Wright. I am so excited to share with you today just about this mindset cycle, this cycle that we get on where we're chasing perfection and chasing something that maybe in this season of life we cannot achieve. Um, I am a health and wellness coach. I do all of my coaching virtual online, and I have spent the last 7.5 years coaching women and following the same programs and nutrition guidelines and routines that I'm about to teach you today. Um, I have grown as a mom in this journey. I started this journey as a mom of two. There were twins, and then I have since added two more. So I have four kiddos right now who are eight, almost 5, and 3. So our household is crazy. Our household is busy. I am on, I like to say I'm on my 5 people schedule and then my own schedule. And maybe you can find yourself in that season too, whether you are adjusting from 0 kids to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 4, or you're just getting into this different season of life from, I know for us lately, it's not necessarily, it's toddlerhood to kids. And those kids come with a lot more activities and events. So that has kept our schedule busy. I've been pregnant. I've been nursing through these programs and through this mindset cycle and through this nutrition program that I'm going to talk to you a little bit about later. And I have built a business. I have maintained a business. And through this all, I was able to lose weight with each postpartum journey. I have kept it off, more importantly. And I was not one of those lucky ones who gained just 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I gained 80 with my first pregnancy, 65 with my second, and 45 with my third. So when I tell you that I have been there and I know the struggle when you're a new mom and your energy is lacking, and then the next step is like wake up and you look in the mirror and you don't recognize the body that you had. I get it. And so today I'm going to share all about the mindset cycle that I've let go and a new one that I have adapted. Because as you'll see today, my life is a little crazy. We have schedules that often shift. We have sleepless toddlers. We have stressed out moments and 5 other schedules to worry about. This mindset all clicked for me after having my 4th baby in 2018. I was determined to lose the weight, to feel great, and have the energy to care for my kids. But I also wanted to get back into my clothes, and I didn't want to stress about calories or macros or containers. I didn't want to add on workouts right away or stress myself out with one more thing I felt that I had to do. I wanted to enjoy my new baby while having the energy to care for the other 3 kids and do the things that I wanted to do as a mom and wife. So when I found this nutrition program, when this nutrition program called To Be Mindset was released, I was all in because it was all about just making more intentional, conscious choices and not this perfection mindset. It was learning about what worked for you in the season of life that you're in and the goals that you had for yourself. I was all in and it worked. It didn't work and that it was a quick fix, but it worked efficiently over 6 months, and it helped me lose 35 pounds that I had gained with Lincoln. And it helped me stay fun, happy, joyful, flexible, and enjoying life in its fullest, and vacations and date nights and family nights and summer nights and all of that in between. I never felt that I was missing out. But in the process, I also learned that I didn't need to kill myself with workouts 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I could do 4 awesome workouts a week and see muscle definition and see progress. And I want that for you. I want you to know that it is possible to work out less, eat better, and feel your greatest self. So you're definitely in the right place if you're struggling to lose weight. If you set goals on Sunday only to fail by Wednesday, this webinar today is for you. If you struggle to feel content and happy and joyful in your body, if you feel like losing weight is impossible, or if you're living on caffeine and melatonin, you're in the right place. You're in the right place if you have the best intentions, even on the day on a day you wake up, and by dinner time you feel like you've completely blown it and you cannot figure out why. We're going to talk about how our changing our mindset and our approach to our health and fitness journey can help you improve all of this. I've worked with hundreds of women who have completely transformed their bodies, their mindsets, their lifestyle routines, and their health and fitness goals to achieve and change what health and fitness and what healthy looks like for their state of life, for their season, for their wants, their needs, and their families. Because it's so different for all of us. And we can use the similar tools and still achieve the different goals that we have together. So today I'm going to equip you with a 4-step process to take the pressure off and enjoy healthy living, love your body, love food, love fitness, and not feel like you are tied to it all of the time. So I'm just going to take one quick second here and pull up a slide for you to have. Just getting my kids situated that I forgot to get this pulled up, so I apologize. Okay. All right, but first, before we get to the cycle, we're going to go through one of the most common scenarios I encounter with my clients, and I want to know if this is relatable to you at all. You set the goal to work out 6 days a week at 6 a.m., even though you haven't worked out in over a month with any sort of anything resembling consistency. You wake up on day 1, you accomplish the goal, and you rock the day. You wake up day 2, and you push snooze because the kids or the babies didn't sleep, and you miss your 6 a.m. workout. So now you start judging yourself for missing the alarm. You begin to tell yourself you are a failure. You start to tell yourself it's too hard, it's never going to work, you just aren't cut out for morning workouts. You say they're never going to work, so how will you ever get a workout in? You eat a meal that doesn't fuel you, it leaves you unsatisfied, so you grab some wine or ice cream. You don't even set an alarm for day 3 because what is the point? I've already failed. I've already failed on day 2. And we start to tell ourselves this mindset. You're in this cycle that you see here on the screen, where you make a decision, you judge yourself for it, you say, screw it, and the next choice that you have, you choose in a way that's not serving you because you already messed up. So why does it matter? And then you cast more judgment, more guilt, more shame, more nothing positive into your mindset, and you make a decision based on those judgments again. And it's a cycle that goes around and around and around and around. And maybe it's not day 1 for you, maybe you make it through a week, but on day 8 you were like, oh my gosh, I'm totally failing, I failed. And so that next day, day 9, you don't even wake up and try, or you just start, I can never get past dinner, and I'm never dinner and done, which is a mantra that we use in our nutrition mindset program. And you're just not giving yourself the grace that some things just need more time and that we are going to fail. And it's how we grow through that failure that is really building us up as a person and in our character and in our journey. I can confidently tell you that it won't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. It won't be perfect. And that is the problem. We believe that in order to achieve our health and fitness goals, we have to be perfect 100% of the time. And perfection is a fantasy. It is unattainable. And the more you drive yourself crazy chasing perfection, you ultimately feel more pressure, which leads to feeling more inadequacy because we can never achieve it, which allows you entryway back into the old habits where you are comfortable, where you're not judged, where you're not putting yourself up for failure, right? But what if we started chasing progression and not perfection? Progression is sustainable. Progression is a sign of consistent growth, where we slowly accumulate all of these good small decisions, and eventually they turn into something so great and so big that we've achieved the ultimate goal. This mindset pivots you to start to implement when you decide perfection is overrated and it's unachievable. When we cannot maintain the routine that we've set out to create and implement, we start to create the mindset of failing, of judgment, of loathing, and filling our head with these false beliefs of what's actually needed to hit our health and fitness goals, but it's not. We do not need perfection. We do not need 6 days a week of hour-long workouts. We do not need to work out in the morning to see the most weight loss. Those are lies that we start to tell ourselves and things that we start to tell ourselves that we cannot do. But if we start to give ourselves some grace, some compassion, some white space, some reflection, and asking ourselves some questions, we can start to create a whole different mindset cycle for ourselves. We can start to break free from this perfection mindset and start to live in a place where we're working towards alignment and working towards progression in our health and fitness. It looks like this cycle. It looks like this cycle on the screen right here, right? These are some things that we can start asking ourselves and implementing to ourselves so that we're not focusing on all of the bad choices we made, all of the things that went wrong. And instead, we're focusing on the progress we made, the good choices we did make, and why. And I love this one. I think this is the most important one. Why we're making the decisions that we're making, because sometimes they're just completely out of our control, right? Sometimes we cannot help the no sleeping baby. Sometimes we cannot help that our alarm went off and our body just said no. Sometimes we can't help an early morning meeting that gets scheduled in our workout time. Sometimes we can't, if we're an afternoon person or an afternoon worker outer, we can't help that other things come up or a meeting goes late. Those are things so out of our control, but we still start to doubt ourselves. We start to doubt our ability and our commitment, even though those things are out of our control. We create this pressure on ourselves to be perfect. And if it's not perfection, then it doesn't matter, or that it doesn't work, or that we can't stick with it if we can't do it every day. But what if we take the pressure off and approach our routines and choices without the pressure for perfection, but acknowledging and accepting where we are in the moment, in this season of life, in this moment of life? What if we could do it different with a different mindset? What if, instead of approaching this lifestyle change as a set routine in place that is unmovable, we approach it willing to learn what works best for us and what doesn't? What's the best routine for Tuesday? And what's the best routine for Wednesday and Thursday and Friday? Each day can be its own routine. I love our 2B Mindset Nutrition Plan because it helped me lose 35 pounds in 6 months. But it also taught me that I can have a lot of control over what I eat, how I eat, and when I eat, and still lose weight. It works for me because it's flexible, because I don't feel so stuck into a certain set of guidelines and this or that. I get to make my decisions based on how I am feeling that day, and I get to see what works for me. So I'm going to walk you through a process I've adapted and I mentor my clients through, things that I ask them. They might not even know, if you're listening, that I walk you through these things when we're talking. Phrases to refer you to help you break free from the cycle that we mentioned before, to break free from the judgment, the self-loathing, and a cycle that you can step into progressing into a health and fitness routine that serves you. So that you can be the mom, the wife, the person, the employer, the Christian that you were meant to be. So on the screen, you see the new cycle, a cycle that offers you grace, learning, implementation, and reflection, and pivoting in your routine, because who hasn't had to pivot in the last 18 months? I know that this is why this all really started for me, and working with my clients a whole heck of a lot closer with this, because we've all been through a lot the last 18 months, and life keeps throwing us wrenches and it keeps throwing us curveballs. And it just happened this week, you guys. I was supposed to, my two littlest ones were supposed to be in school for this webinar, and they're off this week. So even though I put this on the calendar a little bit ago, I'm just rolling with it. So far, so good, right? We're 15 minutes in. But the old me would have just canceled this. I would have just said, oh my gosh, I can't do it. I might get interrupted, so I'm not going to do it. Instead of just going like, hey guys, I might get interrupted, but we're going to give this our best shot. And we're going to go with progress. And it might take a little bit longer, and we might have some interrupting kids, but I'm going to do it even though it's not going to be perfect. So we're going to talk about how to do step one. After you make a decision, number one, accept yourself. Number one is accept yourself. Sometimes we give ourselves too much credit and that we can control everything, and we can't. We cannot control, just like I said earlier, we cannot control a horrible night of sleep, but we can choose how we respond to it. So when things don't go as planned, ask yourself why. What was it, something totally out of your control that you had no control over? You could not change that. Which leads to the next, the other part where there is accept yourself where you're at. Like, there are times, this is going to sound kind of silly, but We've been in a baseball season, and so Saturday mornings have been super busy. Could I have woken up at 4:30 or 5 a.m. and gotten workouts on Saturday morning? Yes, I absolutely could have. Would that have served me to say I got to wake up that early to get a workout and a shower in, to possibly be more tired quicker later? Or I started to see the gift of sleep as a way of self-care, as a way of my health, right? So accepting yourself and where you're at. What did you need that day? Maybe you actually needed that extra sleep. Maybe you actually needed the rest day, and it's okay. So sometimes it's not just when other things happen to us, but it's recognizing and allowing ourselves to see where we are and what we need in that week, in that day for our health and fitness in a different way. Sleep is so important. Rest is so important. I think I will always honor and respect the person because I can do that too, to squeeze it in, to at all costs get it in. Like when I have a client that's like, "Oh my gosh, I worked out at 9:30 because I did not want to miss a day." I'm not doing that. I will not work out past 4 o'clock. There's a very low chance of that happening. Um, but I just know that about myself and I accept it and I'm okay with it. And so I know that if my workout doesn't get done before 4, it's more than likely not happening because I don't like to work out at night. I don't want to rush and try and squeeze it in. And I've learned to let go of feeling like I have to. And that's something that I've just learned through this process. So that leads to the next one. Accept what happened and act accordingly. The quote I want you to think about there is every choice matters. Every choice is its own. So don't think about your missed workout today when you're sitting at lunch and you're at a Mexican restaurant and, oh, I missed my workout today. I might as well, excuse me, I might as well have the chips and sauce on the biggest burrito I have. Instead, it can be, what do I want in this moment? What sounds good? What is going to be healthy, nourishing? What is going to help me stick to my goals? What's going to help me get to my health and fitness goals? What is going to help me feel better about myself in this moment? Because I'll tell you right now, that screw it mentality, because you missed your workout, you're now eating this big, heavy, wet burrito at lunch. You are not going to feel good about yourself. You're going to continue to be on that mindset of self-loathing. Now, if you're going, I really want that burrito, I'm all for it. I'm in a good place. I'm choosing this from a state of joy, from a place of this is what I want versus this is I'm just going to do. There's a difference. And I work with my clients to make sure that we're acknowledging the difference between making those choices because they sound good and that's kind of what we're looking forward to and it's made from a joyful place versus a place of guilt and shame, because the choices that we make based on our emotions says a lot too. So every choice matters. You have a brand new day each day to make different choices. Each meal is treated as its own. Each workout is treated as its own. So every choice matters, and act accordingly to the moment that is presented to you right now instead of letting the past choice dictate this choice. Evaluate and adjust, or learn and implement. One thing I love helping clients realize is that sometimes obstacles that are repeating themselves, no matter what we try, we just need to find a completely different routine. So asking yourself, is this a reoccurring problem? Is my boss always scheduling a 4:30 meeting on the days that I have a 5 o'clock fitness class? If that keeps being the case, then maybe we need to push your workout time to later. And if you don't have that 4:30 meeting, we can find some other things to fill your time, or you can just rest in between, right? Is it a recurring problem? Is it something that you can control or that you can start saying no to and blocking off in your schedule? Is it something always out of your control? I got to this, I'll share a personal story. I was getting so frustrated with myself and my kids, and my husband, because I wanted to wake up at 6 a.m. and get my workout done. I actually want to wake up at 5:30 and get my morning routine done and my workout done and be all completely set by like 7 o'clock. Excuse me. But that was not happening. All 4 of my kids are up by 6:30. It's insane. It's a very long day here. And I was just getting so frustrated with them, so frustrated. And I just had to decide that right now, even though it's worked for me in years past, and it works for so many people, that those morning workouts were stressing me out, were stressing my family out, and they were not serving me or any of them. So I had to say, okay, this is not working. This will not work every day. I will try every day. So my clothes are laid out, my pre-workout is laid out just in case. But more often than not, I am working out in between 9 and 10 a.m. after I've slept in, I've gotten up with the kids, they've gotten breakfast, they're cared for, we've chatted, we've talked, I've gotten some things done around the house. And then I feel like I'm in a better headspace and my kids are in a better headspace where I can go get that workout done and have um, a better time. So what are you consistently trying to accomplish that no matter what, no matter how many things you do to break the obstacle, it's just not happening, right? It's just not happening. Those are things that we need to really pivot and find a new routine. You need to find something else that's going to work, because what worked for you then is currently not working in this season of life. And that is such a stressful thing to carry. So learning and implementing learning to implement new routines and plans when things become consistent obstacles will seriously help you so much. It'll take some time for you to adjust. Like, I still mentally love getting my workout done at 6. Like, I just love that it's done. But physically, I actually have a better workout at that time. I've already eaten a meal. I've been up. My body is awake. I've had lots of water. I have a better workout at that time than I do at 6 a.m. So even though mentally that is what I want, physically, I've learned that it's better for my body to work out later. So you might surprise yourself and realize that the obstacle is there for a reason, and God is telling you to go a different way. So that's number 3. Number 4 is work it out for you. So make a decision that is serving you. This was game changer for me. You guys, social media, there's so much out there. There are so many this and that and this way and that way. And we can become so desperate and frustrated with what we're trying to accomplish right now that we start to grab onto all of these things. And before you know it, you're vegan, following intermittent fasting, drinking 100 gallons or 100 gallons, 1 gallon of water a day, was working out for an hour and then going for a walk because that's what works for her. And you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing this and you're putting so much pressure on yourself to complete so much in a day because we're just we're trying all of these things that are working for everyone else instead of just going, what do I need in this moment? What is serving me? What does my body need? What does my schedule allow? What does my lifestyle allow? Let's take 75 hard. You guys have probably seen that all over. That is like right up my alley, like the discipline, the consistency, the results driven program and way. But that is not my lifestyle right now. That is not something I can barely get in a 45-minute workout, let alone 2. I just don't have the mental capacity on every day to eat perfection. I'm going to say that. Our life is very crazy and I love it. And I'm okay with not doing what everyone else is doing because it's not going to serve me in this season, right? So finding a routine, finding and asking yourself, what would work for me? What's my very best that I could give with keeping my mental health, my physical health, honoring my family, honoring my time wisely, that is going to work for me. And I think this 4th piece is where you will find yourself often and where I have found myself often, because there are some weeks where I can go and I can be super disciplined. Our life allows that. And I can have awesome workouts that are an hour and intense. And there are other weeks like this week where I'm like, I haven't worked out in 2 days now. And our routine is just a little bit different, right? So asking yourself what you need right now and honoring that you're going to enjoy your process so hard. When a program came out this January and my clients were doing it, my whole team was doing it, and everyone was loving it. And I was like 2.5 weeks in and I was hating it. I was dreading my workouts. I didn't want to do them. My body was aching. I was missing food. I was becoming afraid of food again. I was trying to follow a routine that wasn't serving in this state of life. And I was over exercising. I was letting things go at the expense of getting in my workouts. My belly was all kinds of bloated. I was having TMJ flare-ups and my sleep was horrible. So I stopped. I used this model right here, and I talked myself with my life coach and chose to do something completely different. I went to a full nutrition cleanse. I stopped working out and I allowed my body to rest. I personally needed something completely different, even though everyone around me was loving this amazing program and getting incredible results and loving it. I was not. And I had to be okay with going against the grain to find out what was working for me. I felt way more aligned with my food, my body, with just stretching and allowing myself to rest with my family. We were actually stuck in a 14-day quarantine in the middle of my cleanse. So I finished my cleanse in quarantine with 4 kids. And you guys, I look back at that time and it's probably my favorite 3 weeks of the year. Because I was just allowing myself to do what I needed to do. I slowed down. I focused on one program and I gave it my all. Even when the days were bad and my cravings were high or the scale went up or whatever, I focused and trusted that one program in its entirety. I slowed down to learn and evaluate and see what works for my body instead of getting frustrated. I decided to give it time to work, time for me to learn. And I didn't realize it at the time, but it was exactly what I was doing. I didn't realize that I was doing this again. And I want you to be able to do that too. I want you to be able to take the pressure off and find what's working for you and just be okay with that. So how is all this sounding? Is it sounding good? Are you excited to jump into something like this with some coaching and a program that will fit in, a workout program that will fit into your lifestyle right now? I promise you it will. So I want to walk through this example with this same workout above, using this cycle instead of the other one. So you set the goal to work out 6 days a week at 6 a.m. Even though you haven't worked out in a month, you wake up on day 1 and you accomplish the goal. You rock the day. You're feeling on cloud 9. You wake up day 2 and push snooze because the kid's baby didn't sleep well and now you're 6 a.m. So you're judging yourself and saying it's not going to work. You have to do this. You have to do that. But instead of skipping because you missed your time, you just pull out your calendar and you say, okay, can I get my workout in during nap? Can I work out on my lunch? Can I schedule it after work? You're proud of yourself for still working out because you did it after work today. You're feeling good physically. You're proud of yourself. You go to bed and you set the alarm for day 3. You rock out day 3 at early morning, 6 a.m. You go to bed and you set the alarm for day 4 and a horrible night of sleep again. And you miss the workout altogether that day because life was just too crazy. So number 1, accept what's going on. You can't control it now, accept that you missed your alarm again. Take action. Do you have time to do another workout? Every choice matters. Can you take that moment and schedule it later? Can you just allow yourself the room for flexibility and give yourself a rest day and schedule a different day for your workouts? How can you take action and change what's going on and give every choice matters that day? Evaluate and adjust. Is this the most conveniently consistent time for you to work out? Or is there another time of day that may not be your mental perfect time, but physically with planning your schedule, your body, and consistency to get it done can be that time? Is there a different time of day that would serve you better? Can you cut down the number of workouts you're doing during the week and move them to the weekends? So if I have a client working out 4 days a week, my advice to her would be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, right? Those tend to be the less busier days, I guess. And then Saturday, Sunday. So 2 days out of the middle of the week and then 2 days on the weekend, leaving Monday and Friday open for flexibility days. You could get a workout if you get in, where now you're feeling like great about yourself because you got a bonus workout in. Can you ask hubby to get up with the baby at 6 or in the middle of the night so that you are rested and ready to go in the morning? Do you need shorter workouts? Those are all things that you're going to learn, adjust, and implement, and ask yourself, okay, like I can get a workout in at 6, but I need to be done by, 6:30. A 45-minute workout isn't going to be the best thing, right? So asking yourself those questions, and that's where I come in, is I help you with the obstacles that you're incurring, not just with workouts. I go to that because it's a very simple one, but there are food, there are water, there are sleep, there are different things, meal planning, meal prep, those kinds of things that we work and use this model with all together. So work it out for you. Your workouts should be serving you and helping you de-stress, being something that brings you joy, not causing you stress. So asking yourself, is this really a workout that I can do right now? Is this really something that I can implement right now? Or do I need to simply focus on my nutrition, focus on sleep, and add workouts in when I get the hang of everything else first? Because if nothing above works for you, then girlfriend, it's time to find something that works better for your current phase of life that helps you feel your best. So you go to bed on day 4 and wake up on day 5. The baby slept great. You got your workout in and you're so proud of yourself for not throwing in the towel. On day 6, the baby toddlers don't sleep well, but you don't sweat it because you know that you have a rest day scheduled for tomorrow. So you take your rest day today and schedule your 5 days of workout tomorrow. And you enjoy your day with your work, your family, guilt and shame-free, knowing that your plan is in place. This works. This model works because you're actually solving the problem. Because over time, you're making consistent decisions that add up to huge results in the end. That is building a problem-solving muscle for your health and fitness. And you're training yourself to make decisions in time when life pivots small. So when life pivots big, let's say a vacation or a promotion at work, or just a busier season at work, or maybe adding a baby or a sick baby, you have the skills to use. You have this mindset to say, I know where I am. I have every choice. I can make every choice possible and make the right one that serves me. I can learn and implement in the season, and I can make this work for me to say, it might not be the season where I'm getting a week's worth of workouts in. These skills create the results that you want. And when you apply this model consistently with a coach and a community that wants to support you to live the life you want to live and feel well with energy and confidence, love and acceptance and strength, you start to step into your best self. It's my hope that when I work one-on-one with you, we develop a plan together that works best for you in the season that you are in. The workouts, your food, your water, your personal development, it all works together. And my job is to help you walk through these obstacles with a solution that keeps you moving forward, learning and growing, and not leaving you feel stuck. All right, that completes the big masterclass. And I want to give you all the opportunity to start working and implementing these skills right now. Every day we choose to not start practicing something that we learn, we are just saying no to the health and body we have always wanted. There's never a better time to take action. And I know it's in the middle of summer, but I promise even 30 days, you can start to see a change in your mindset around your health and fitness goals. I'm going to tell you about the Break Free to Be Free mentorship with me, where we dive deep into the how with in-depth coaching on the skills, as well as a complete nutrition plan from Alana Mulstein. I'm certified through her To Be Mindset program to walk you through our water most veggies. I can't even say it. Veggies most, water first mindset that just really simplifies what healthy eating can look like for you. You're going to get a year's full of workout membership. We will start with a 4-day-a-week program, 4 days a week for the first 30 days. That's all I'm asking you to do. That it's about 30 minutes. You're going to have weights, HIIT, abs, stretching. Joel's going to throw it all in there for you. This is the program. These are the two. This is the duo that helped me lose my 35 pounds with Lincoln. A pre and post workout supplement to help you have better performance during and then recover after. A supplement shake to help you with lunch, snack, or dinner for those busy nights. They have been my godsend, or a quick breakfast on the go. So you're going to get a shake, pre and post workout, a full year's worth of workouts. I will help you get set up with the first ones to get moving, and then a complete nutrition plan from Alana Mulstein. And when I say complete nutrition, I'm talking like all of the training videos, how to dine out, how to eat, how to break plateaus, emotional eating, all those kinds of things, and then meal plans that go along with it. Then with me personally, you're going to get a kickoff call for 45 minutes where we're going to go through a typical day in your life to have a baseline routine. And then we work together to work on a workout regimen and eating schedule, just a guideline to make sure you're eating enough, because that is usually my biggest complaint, is that clients are not eating enough food through the day. That allows you to live life well, and then give you some options for eating out, packing, weekends, coolers, camping, baseball games, those kinds of things, and things that I do for myself. A second one-on-one call in week 3 for 15 minutes to make changes, talk about consistent obstacles and anything you need to discuss moving forward. You'll get a weekly food tracking and feedback. This has been extremely helpful. You will just email me your food log, and then I will give my feedback back to you. You'll get a PDF of recipes to try each week, a verse to vision PDF to help with affirmations about your body and health and fitness, a body image worksheet to help you navigate thoughts about your body, an app to track your food and share with me so I can better help you and see it visually, and a list of my favorite books that have helped me through this journey, because that's where it happens, is our mindset. And so I will share with you the list of books that I've read in the last 7 years to help me get to where I am today. So this would be 30 days together to build a solid foundation for a one-time payment of $220, and you get everything listed above. The mentorship will start when you are ready. So grab your package, you'll get the first email, and then we'll set up our one-on-one, and then our 30 days will start from the day of our one-on-one. I'm doing one-on-ones next week. So for July mentorship, enrollment ends Friday, July 9. And for those of you who decide in the next 72 hours, you will receive some extra bonus gifts from me: meal planning sheets, shopping list, tracker sheets for your to-be mindset, goal range sheets, blank weight goal if you want to track that stuff. So you'll get all of that if you sign up before that July 9th date. And I will also have a group accountability going from August to November with a new program that we are launching. This would probably be for those who are already in a good mindset place and you are willing to work out 6 days a week for 45 minutes if you're in that season of life. I'm going to give it a go in August. I'm going to give myself a couple weeks and see where I'm at. And then I'll use this model and see if it's still serving me at that time. But if you're ready to take that next step challenge, I have that for you too. And I'd love for you to join us for that. Thank you so much for your time today. I know that summer is busy and the middle of the day can be tricky. I hope that something stuck out to you that you can go implement today, even, especially after a holiday weekend. I hope that you're looking at this saying, I had my fun this weekend. It was great. Today is a new day. I have the ability to make new choices, fresh choices, and this is what I'm going to do. And we can stop the cycle that you're currently on and adapt a new one to help you be consistent and confident in your workout routine. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in our one-on-one mentorship or our group challenge group, and we'll see you guys later.